Take slate. Ready to lose slate. Lose slate.
How could we?
Did you know that Mrs. Washington invested? Ma'am, I'm asking a question.
Okay.
Did you know that Mrs. Washington invested money in this?
No, Your Honor.
What she said is not truthful. Is that what you, ma'am?
It's not truthful. No.
We had talked several times before. I don't know about the call
Here's a letter from my son where he was very upset over the whole matter.
I'm sure he is.
He bought my son two pair of pants.
I'm going to take a recess.
That's the equivalent of $1,500.
All right, I'm going to take a recess, and then I'm going to decide the case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is an ABC Newsbrief brought to you by Seal Test Polar Bar Ice Cream Squares. Now here's Wei-Han Zhang.
Good evening. In this Newsbrief, we'll update you on the latest evidence regarding how video display terminals affect your health. Share some good news in the battle against AIDS and explain that mysterious explosion in the former Soviet Union. I will have that story following this.
Get ready for a big Seal Test treat. Polar Bar Ice Cream Squares, made with luscious Seal Test vanilla ice cream. Polar Bar, the big Seal Test treat. So good, adults want to keep it for themselves.
The time is now 10 minutes past the hour.
U.S. intelligence sources say they've learned that a huge explosion last month was apparently caused by an accident at a naval ammunition storage pod in Latvia, now independent from the former Soviet Union. The sources say the blast was so strong it was originally believed to be a nuclear explosion. However, there were no reported injuries. According to the Washington Post, about one-third of the Northern Pacific Fleet's missiles were destroyed, including a number of cruise missiles. Good news in the battle against AIDS. Doctors and the Centers of Disease Control in Atlanta say the number of new cases of acquired immune deficiency syndrome are down by about 50%. Officials say only about 15 new cases were reported each week, compared to 80 to 100 per week last year. Doctors say the high-risk group are still sexually active people and users of intravenous drugs.
Ready to roll tape and take tape.
With the advent of computers in the workplaces, concern has grown for those who spend hours in front of video display terminals. Now, a study indicates those concerns to be unfounded. Rita Flynn has that story.
Though video display terminals have forever changed the way the modern world handles its paperwork, the technology also has prompted some new worries. Fears that radiation from the terminals could pose a health hazard. Those alarms prompted a major study by scientists and psychologists for the National Research Council, who after 2 years found there's nothing to be afraid of. David Sliney worked on the project.
Again, all of the scientific evidence that we have on radiation-induced cataracts indicate that levels thousands of times greater than what you would accumulate over lengthy use of these types of devices would be necessary to produce those sorts of things.
In concluding that radiation levels from the terminals are extremely low, the researchers said there's more of a threat in the rays of the sun. Rita Flynn, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, a related study by the Computer Science Department and Michigan State University indicates that pregnant women are no more likely to have health problems from working with computers. The study also showed no ill side effects for their unborn children. Finally, tonight comes to our science time, and do you know why the sea is blue? Because they have fishes inside, and fishes have bubbles, so it's blue, blue, blue. And do you know the favorite beverage for Bruce Lee? And it's water, and I'm going to tell you why later after the news. And I'm going to keep talking, so In MSU, they create. Okay, that's news. Not now. Okay, and oh, I'm pretty bad luck for this 2 weeks, and that's news to the hour. I'm Wei-Han Zhang.
This is an ABC Newsbrief brought to you by Seal Test Polar Bar Ice Cream Squares. For more news later on this ABC station and on ABC News Nightline.